I'm gonna write for you.
The raving lunatic.
Live, local,
Late breaking.
This is your News Channel 13 team.
we bring you your news the way you want it.
From home and away, don't you know?
And now to Katie with a special report.
We have come across a time that many are calling the Second Great Awakening because the first one was mediocre at best. It was a time for revival. I have with me Lyman Beecher, a Presbyterian minister and co-founder of the American Temperance Society. Lyman, how are you?
I'm doing alright, how about yourself?
I'm fine, thank you. Many are calling you a leader of this awakening. How do you feel about this?
Well, as you may or may not know, I've recently been traveling town to town, trying to really spread the true heart and soul of the Great Awakening, which is, as I'm sure many of you know, a real solid foundation on faiths that aren't Catholicism, such as, the one that's near and dear to my heart, Presbyterianism. And I think, as a father of 13, that adding the Second Great Awakening as the 14th child is not so far-fetched.
Interesting input, Lyman. Thank you, Lyman. It was great to have you with us
It was
today.
great to be here.
Thank you.
Now we'll go to Tara on your daily prohibition report.
Recently, there have been many uprisings about the recent law prohibiting alcohol. With us today, we have Jackie Daniels, a woman from Maine, which happens to be the drunkest state, to talk about the movement against prohibition. So, Jackie, tell me, what is your opinion about this new law?
It's totally ridiculous. I mean, who doesn't drink?
Well, there are many people who believe that alcohol can lead to
No,
very
that's
severe
complications.
complications.
Everyone, it's fine. Listen, okay. I drink. Maine drinks. Everyone drinks. It's not even. It's fine, okay. Everyone's fine.
There are many people who believe that alcohol can turn good people into bad
Alcohol
people.
makes people
not-
happy, and I don't know what you're reading, but it's totally bogus. Cause look at the statistics. Everyone is fine.
Well, there you have it from Jackie Daniels. There you go, people. Stop striking against prohibition. This is what will happen to you. You will be on the floor, dying.
Now for Chloe for women's rights!
Last week, Fanny Wright visited New York State in a promotional visit for women's rights. She ignited the crowds with her powerful voice and captivating stage.
Oi! Women's rights!
Okay. Now to our reporter from Seneca Falls, reporting live. Just a short while ago, Elizabeth Stanton and Lucretia Mott were rejected from the World Anti-Slavery Convention, even though both were well read in the issue of slavery. Now, however, they're holding their own convention for support of women's rights. They hope to, quote, discuss the social, civil, and religious condition and rights of women. Currently, women cannot own property, maintain wages, sign contracts, or vote. Many have expressed the want for the view on women's rights to change after this convention. Unfortunately, victory for the women of our nation seems very far off. Back to you in the studio.
Tara O'Donnell talks about why slavery is not so nice.
Current times, slavery is becoming one of the most controversial issues in the U.S. William Garrison recently published his paper, The Liberator, which tried to persuade people to promote immediate emancipation of the slaves. Another abolitionist author is Harriet Beecher Stowe, who we are so lucky to have with us here on the show today. So, tell us about your book, Uncle Tom's Cabin.
Well, Uncle Tom's Cabin, the goal of this book was really to just bring the horrors and tragedy that comes with being sold into slavery. And so it follows the life of a man who's sold into slavery and all the mishaps and all that goes on. And just really, I wanted to bring the slavery debate more into the public eye than it already has been. And, you know, I've written over 20 books, including this one and 3 travel novels and collections of letters and memoirs. So I really just think that it's a really great thing for me to add to my collection as an author, because the abolition movement is so important.
Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Oh,
I really
thanks for
appreciate
having
it.
me. Anytime.
You're great.
I know.
Thanks. Back to you.
Oh my gosh, education reform! Katie Cambrick's special live report.
Up until recently, when Massachusetts and New York passed compulsory school attendance laws, our education system was highly localized and was only available to those who could afford the high cost of education. I recently read one of Oprah's book club books called The Common School Journal by Horace Mann, not to be confused with Horseman, the recently escaped fugitive. It truly is a must-read and one of the greatest pieces of literature of the 1830s. Mann's book argues that common schooling would create good citizens, unite the society, and even prevent crime and poverty. Education reform increased the attendance at schools and expanded the student population beyond just the affluent.
And now a news report by Brooke Herzog about transcendentalism.
A new wave of thinking has recently come about, popular among followers of those such as Ralph Waldo Emerson. Emerson and his followers are of the belief that love and religion and self-reliance in nature is the most important thing in life. Additionally, that the goal in life is to spiritually go beyond the norm of thinking and achieve a level of understanding through self-realization rather than an established religion.
And now with the utopian societies.
Ooh-wee! What up with that? Hey, what up with that? Along with the Great Awakening has come a big burst in utopian societies through many communities such as Shaker communities and Rapite communities. Today, we're going to go on a little field trip and go visit one of these Shaker communities and interview some of the members of the community about what their belief system is really all about. Hi, I'm Brooke Herzog, reporting live from the New York Shaker community, and here we have with us some members of the community. We have Obadiah, Jebediah, and Sandra Daya with us today to talk about some of their belief systems within the Shaker community. So, tell me about yourselves.
Well, we're really all about peace. We really all just believe that everyone should live in harmony together. And it's just, we really like to spread that message.
And how have you, as members of the Utopian Shaker Society, how have you been spreading your message?
Well,
Do
we
you
go
use-
out and we hand out pamphlets about our religion,
Yes,
and
yes.
sometimes go
Baked
door to
goods.
door.
Door to door?
Sometimes we bring baked goods with us, you know, try and persuade them a little bit.
Persuade them a lot.
That works. And have you noticed since the Second Great Awakening began, have you noticed an increase in Shaker community participation or membership?
Oh yes, we started out as one community, but there's just, since the Second Great Awakening has started, now there are, I think maybe at least 50.
Oh wow,
Because
that's a really big
Our message
increase.
is just so strong, and our beliefs, just everyone realized that we were living such a great life here on our own, dependent on each other.
I already feel peaceful.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen to that. I'll amen to that.
Amen.
All right. Well, thank you, Jebediah, Obadiah, and Sandadiah. Thank you all.
With you.
Peace be with you as well. Well, there you have it, viewers.
Okay.
Slavery is bad.